right, folks. As you know, the government is probably going to shut down. I'm not sure. I guess it's at midnight tonight. The House capitulated to Donald Trump. Paul Ryan just riding off into the sunset, slinking over his horse, I guess, passed a $5 billion expenditure to build the wall, or what we're saying, the slatted wall. And, of course, we have every reason to believe this will not pass the Senate. And even if they were to get 50 votes, there's a good chance that the Democrats would filibuster it. In fact, I think there's every chance the Democrats would filibuster it. Then there's a chance that Mitch McConnell could nuke the filibuster. Personally, I say nuke the filibuster. Let's just do this. Let's let democracy dictate what happens in the Senate going forward. The filibuster has prevented a lot of progressive, forward-leaning legislation for years. It inhibited the ability for Democrats back in the late 70s and the early 80s to strengthen unions. Over time, the lack of a filibuster will, I think, help progressive causes.
The Green New Deal will appreciate it, I'm sure.
There's going to be a lot of stuff that hopefully President Bernie Sanders will
By which you
pass.
mean me.
Or someone like that.
Who's like this? Can't copy this style.
Anyways, the point being, there's every reason to believe that the government's going to shut down, and it's hard to imagine when it's going to reopen. And we'll talk more about that later. But for now, there's an alternate plan to build the wall, and it involves a GoFundMe and literally 200,000 really, really gullible people who have contributed over $12 million of a $1 billion goal. But here is something I want to tell you about GoFundMe. Even if they don't reach that $1 billion goal, the guy who set up the GoFundMe gets to keep the money raised.
Sweet.
Now, I guess he could contribute it all to the U.S. government.
No, I think he should invent a new life for himself.
To build, I guess, 12 million. Let's say he raises 20 million. You could build like 1% of the wall, maybe, probably less.
But we could do that old right-wing talking point. Like, you want the wall? You want your tax dollars? Go. Why don't you just write the federal government a check?
Yeah,
right.
We're going to see how that works.
Build the wall.
Yeah, why don't you do it instead of trying to coerce other people?
Like
Brian Kolfage, I think is his name. He is an Iraq War veteran. He is a triple amputee. Yeah, I mean, so this guy has definitely suffered. And it'll be interesting to see what he's going to do with his money. But he appeared on Laura Ingram's show and has a very, very expansive view of the Constitution, let's say.
Nation, our country, we need security. We are a nation of laws. We need to enforce these laws. We can't have people coming across our border who are unchecked that we don't know who they are. I mean, we could have another terrorist attack tomorrow. It doesn't take many people to stage an attack. We need to know who's coming across that border, and we need to keep it in check. And this, like I said, this wall's in our Constitution. We need to have the wall, and Americans want the wall.
What do you mean the wall's in our Constitution? Where in the Constitution?
Well, it's part of our nation. It's part of our laws.
I mean, you're talking about our sovereignty, our sovereignty.
Yeah, sovereignty.
Right?
We're a nation of laws.
The wall itself is not in the Constitution.
Trump wall is not in the Constitution.
Yeah.
It's the vibe of it.
Yeah, Trump wall is not in the Constitution.
Don't back down.
It's not exactly in the Constitution.
Whoa.
But our sovereignty.
Big, beautiful thing.
I don't understand how we have been So have we not been a sovereign country for the past 200 years?
Technically, no. And certainly ever
Not by
since
my
they
definition.
integrated
Has
water
anybody picked
fountains.
up on that slight inconsistency that, like, how is it that we managed to maintain our sovereignty this entire time? And we've waged multiple wars.
That was because of the
And we've been
Jewish
able to do
bankers.
this despite the fact that we haven't had a wall.
Eleanor Roosevelt gave our sovereignty away. It's the UN. It's the UN and Eleanor Roosevelt.
But no, the Constitution does not call for a wall. And I don't even know, the Constitution does not call for us maintaining our sovereignty by keeping undocumented immigrants out.
Semantic Samantha.
There you go.
What was her problem?
She
Is Laura
was,
Ingraham just such a genuinely unpleasant person that she even has to trip up a guy on there to do a propaganda
I'll
segment
tell
with
you
her?
what I think it is. I think she realized, like, holy crap, this guy's going to make more money this year than I am.
You know a word that doesn't show up in the Constitution? Border.
Boom. Matt.
Matt with the control F.
It's going to be super interesting. Here's my prediction. That guy may go to prison, definitely going to get sued, and he could be the guy who brings down GoFundMe. Because he's going to raise another $5 or $10 million. And
It's not GoFundMe's fault.
I got news for you. He ain't going to give that all to the U.S. government.
He should be the.
I got to
change
get
to see-
paid. I got to get paid. I got to take the normal 75% fee for administration purposes.
Consultation.
Clearly, these people have never tried donating to a Kickstarter campaign.
This is pretty impressive.
Well, Kickstarter, it's the sort of thing where if the project doesn't reach its goal, you get your money back. So I think some people might be donating to this, assuming it's that dynamic.
Right, because it says $1 billion
Yeah, it's like,
goal.
oh, we're never going to get
but
that.
like, what?
Like they're
Wha-
raising a lot of money, but at the pace that they're going, it's still about 400 days away, keeping up this level
I would
of
just say in
to get to
general-
1 billion.
to get to $1 billion. So they'll
Yeah,
never
but
get
billion's
there.
only a fifth of what Trump wants to
Right.
build the wall, and that's not even enough.
Yeah, but they should definitely give their money to it. Like, I don't know why you guys are being negative.
I'll tell you
If
why I'm
you're
being
concerned
negative,
about
because
the
all
border-
I'm thinking about is, how did we not think of this?
Yeah, fair enough.
Well, yeah, but you're worried about going to prison.
And I will tell you this.
No,
I will also make this bet. There's 5 other ones out there that are probably doing like in the 10s and 20s, 30,000s. And so we may get in on that. We'll keep you updated. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, Ben Dixon of The Ben Dixon Show.